Tasmania is marketed by one of the advertising companies, I'm not sure, as serene, green, clean, pristine, and that's absolutely right. The
And,
4 words.
Yeah, and somebody was telling me the other day you can smell Antarctic from here. So I think, yeah, you can.
It's a very clean place.
It's a very beautiful place. Australia is the right place to raise a kid. I think you have a sort of amalgamation of cultures here. You get everything. Like the kid gets raised in all kinds of atmosphere. He gets exposed to different languages, different people, and he can imbibe, you know, the quality of different cultures, and hopefully he gets up to a good human being.
Yeah.
And to have that quality of mateship, and as we have described before, he gets a fair go. So I think that is very, very important.
International medical graduates play a very significant role in the delivery of health in this country. Chances are, if an Australian is sick or injured, whether they go to a private practice or a hospital, it's quite probable that they will come in contact with an international medical graduate, and certainly in rural and remote areas, very, very likely that the doctor who is providing care will be an international medical graduate.
I was at work and I got something in my eye, and yeah, we flushed it out and it just doesn't feel right.
Okay. Since coming to Australia, my career plans changed a little bit. My initial interest was in surgery back in the UK, but having come over to a slightly different system where I found the emergency department much more interesting, just the way that it's set up and the kind of government controls on the emergency department make it a much more interesting place to work over here. I'm now planning on training in emergency medicine. Again for me. Just going to pop some orange dye in your eye, okay? Accessing the training programs in Australia has seemed much easier than it has in the UK. Of course, things like surgery is unbelievably competitive everywhere, but it seems here that the options are a bit more flexible than they are perhaps back in the UK. Okay, you can sit back. Job done. All right.
It's important that the public has confidence in the standards of the international medical graduates, and because of that there are rules, regulations and processes that have to be met for a doctor coming into this country able to work to show that they have met the standards, which would make them show that they are practicing at the equivalent standard that we would expect from our own graduates.
Well, certainly, yeah, having a baby in Australia was great, you know, good healthcare system, so, you know, it worked well. And Australia in general is just a really nice place to live. It's a really easy place to live. You know, quality of life is excellent, and the cost of living is fairly comparable to most places. The nice thing in terms of medicine in particular is that it certainly is one of the more forward-thinking countries in terms of wages and work hours. That over the last few years they've become quite conscious of the safe working hours for especially junior doctors, and so, you know, that's really quite a big positive.
There's a lot of support, and the patients are quite used to getting seen and getting treated by IMGs. So I have worked in the emergency department for quite some time, and it was lovely working there, meeting new people, working with the staff. You get a lot of cooperation.
Hello again, Mrs. Page. I'm Helen, we met earlier. Are you alright if I have another quick look at you and see how you're getting on?
Oh, that's
yeah.
fine.
How's that? I'm really happy here, socially, definitely financially, and in terms of the training that's offered to me. I'm much happier here in the job that I'm doing at the moment than the job that was on offer to me back in the UK. And breathe normally, that's lovely.
I'm the son of post-war immigrants to Australia. I've got first-hand experience of how immigration enriches and improves a country, and the movement of international medical graduates to Australia is another example of how that occurs.